chosen ones. Let's talk about something extraordinary. How to know when you're on the brink of the highest stage of spiritual growth. This is the moment where all the pieces of your journey start to align. The veil lifts, and you step into a reality that reflects your truest self. But how do you know you're approaching this profound transformation? The universe doesn't send flashing signs or a clear map. It communicates in whispers, symbols, and shifts in your inner and outer worlds. If you've been feeling like something monumental is on the horizon, you're likely closer than you think. Spiritual growth isn't a linear process, it's a spiral, a dance between breakthroughs and challenges, between knowing and unknowing. And as you ascend, the signs that you're reaching the highest stage become more distinct, more potent. One of the first signs is a profound feeling of disconnection from the old version of yourself. You might notice that habits, beliefs, or even relationships that once felt comfortable now feel out of place or even burdensome. This isn't because there's something wrong, it's because you're shedding layers that no longer align with your higher vibration. Have you felt a sense of restlessness, like you're outgrowing the life you've been living? This is your soul calling you to step into a greater version of yourself. But here's the truth, this transition isn't always easy. It requires courage, trust, and a willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. Let me ask you this, what are you still holding on to that you know, deep down, you've outgrown? Sometimes, the biggest barrier to spiritual growth isn't the challenges we face, it's the comfort zones we refuse to leave.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Another powerful sign that you're nearing the highest stage of spiritual growth is heightened sensitivity. This isn't just emotional sensitivity, it's energetic sensitivity. You begin to notice shifts in energy that others might overlook. You can sense the vibrations of people, places, and even situations before they unfold. This sensitivity can feel overwhelming at first, like carrying the weight of the world's energy, but it's also a gift, a tool to help you navigate the higher dimensions of reality. When this sensitivity emerges, grounding becomes essential. Imagine yourself as a tree with deep roots and expansive branches. The deeper your roots, the more you can rise without being swayed by the winds of life. Grounding practices like walking barefoot on the earth, meditating with your body, will help you anchor this newfound sensitivity into your everyday life. Let's delve deeper into another unmistakable sign, an unshakable inner knowing. This isn't the kind of knowledge you gain from books or external sources. It's a deep, intuitive certainty that rises from within. You begin to see through illusions, recognize the truth in situations, and trust your inner guidance more than the opinions of judgment of others. This knowing often comes with a sense of peace, even in the face of uncertainty. It's as if a quiet voice within you is saying, "You're exactly where you're meant to be." But here's the thing, this inner knowing can challenge you. It might ask you to make decisions that defy logic or societal expectations. It might push you to walk a path that others don't understand. Are you ready to trust this inner voice even when it leads you into the unknown? This is a question only you can answer, and your willingness to say yes is what propels you toward the highest stage of spiritual growth. As you approach this stage, you'll also notice a shift in how you perceive time and space. Linear time starts to feel less relevant, and you begin to experience moments of timelessness, where you're so present, so immersed in the now, that past and future dissolve. These moments are glimpses of a higher reality, where everything exists in a state of interconnectedness and flow. They remind you that you are not separate from the universe. You are a part of it, a co-creator in its unfolding. This shift in perception often brings with it a deep sense of compassion, not just for others but for yourself. You begin to see that every challenge, every mistake, and every detour on your journey was necessary to bring you to this moment. Compassion dissolves judgment, allowing you to embrace your humanity while stepping into your divinity. Let me ask you this. Can you look at your past with love and gratitude, seeing it as the foundation of your growth rather than a series of missteps? This perspective is transformative, freeing you from the weight of regret and opening you to infinite possibilities. Finally, one of the most profound signs that you're nearing the highest stage of spiritual growth is the emergence of your soul's purpose. This isn't necessarily about finding a specific career or role. It's about aligning with the essence of who you are and sharing that essence with the world. Your purpose might express itself through creativity, service, or simply through the energy you bring to every interaction. It's not something you chase or force. It's something you remember and embody. But let me leave you with a deeper question. Are you willing to step into your purpose, even if it requires leaving behind everything familiar? This is the threshold of spiritual growth, the point where you choose faith over fear, authenticity over comfort, and expansion over limitation. These signs, these connection from the old, heightened sensitivity, inner knowing, timelessness, compassion, and purpose are not just markers of spiritual growth. They are invitations to rise, to trust, and to step fully into the light of your true self. But recognizing the signs is only the beginning. In the next part, we'll explore how to harness these signs and use them to accelerate your journey to the highest stage of spiritual growth. Recognizing the signs that you're nearing the highest stage of spiritual growth is powerful, but awareness alone is not enough. These signs are not simply confirmations of your progress, they are also doorways, opportunities to step more fully into your awakening and accelerate your journey to the pinnacle of spiritual evolution. To truly ascend, you must take deliberate action, deepen your understanding, and align every aspect of your being with this higher vibration. Let's begin with the first actionable step, embracing detachment. As you've likely noticed, disconnection from old habits, beliefs, and relationships is a hallmark sign of spiritual transformation. But disconnection can feel unsettling, even painful. Detachment, however, is not about rejection or avoidance. It's about freedom. It's the ability to release what no longer serves you without resistance or judgment, trusting that what is meant for you will remain or return in a higher form. How do you practice detachment in a world that often glorifies attachment? Start by observing where your energy is being drained. Are you clinging to a relationship out of fear of loneliness? Are you holding on to a belief because it feels familiar, even though it no longer aligns with your growth? These attachments weigh down your vibration, keeping you tethered to a reality you've outgrown. When you identify an attachment, gently ask yourself, what am I afraid of losing and why? This question brings awareness to the root of the attachment, allowing you to release it with love rather than resistance. But here's the deeper truth. Detachment isn't about losing, it's about creating space. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you make room for the higher frequencies, opportunities, and connections that are aligned with your spiritual evolution. Imagine your energy as a garden. To allow new seeds to grow, you must first clear the weeds. Detachment is the act of clearing, creating fertile ground for your soul's expansion. As you embrace detachment, you'll find that your heightened sensitivity becomes less overwhelming and more empowering. Sensitivity is often seen as a vulnerability, but in the context of spiritual growth, it's one of your greatest strengths. Your sensitivity allows you to perceive energy, truth, and intuition with clarity. However, to harness this gift, you must learn to protect and channel it. Let me ask you this: how often do you protect your energy as intentionally as you protect your physical body? Many of us take precautions to stay healthy and safe in the physical realm, yet we leave our energetic boundaries wide open. To thrive as a sensitive being, you must create practices that shield your energy while allowing your light to shine. One such practice is visualization. Each morning, take a moment to close your eyes and imagine a radiant bubble of light surrounding you. This light is impenetrable to negativity, yet allows love and positivity to flow freely. As you visualize this shield, affirm, "I am safe, centered, and aligned with my highest vibration." This practice not only protects your energy, but also amplifies your connection to your higher self. Now, let's turn to the inner knowing that emerges as you approach spiritual mastery. This knowing often challenges conventional logic and societal norms, guiding you toward decisions that feel intuitively right, even if they don't make sense on paper. Following this inner guidance requires trust, not blind trust, but a deep faith in your connection to the divine. How do you cultivate this trust? By testing it. Start small. When your intuition nudges you toward a certain action, follow it, even if your mind questions it. Notice how things unfold. Over time, you'll build evidence that your inner guidance is reliable, which strengthens your trust in it. Let me ask you this. How many times have you ignored your intuition only to realize later that it was right all along? Imagine how your life might transform if you fully trusted and acted on that guidance every time. This trust is especially important when navigating moments of timelessness, those flashes of presence where past and future dissolve, and all that exists is the now. These moments are not random. They are glimpses into the higher dimensions of reality. They show you what it feels like to live fully aligned with your soul. The more you anchor yourself in the present moment, the more frequently these experiences occur. But staying present isn't always easy. The mind loves to wander into the past or project into the future, pulling you out of alignment. To counter this, practice mindfulness. Throughout your day, pause and ask yourself, what is happening right now? Tune into your breath, the sensations in your body, and the sights and sounds around you. This simple practice grounds you in the now, where your highest vibration resides. As you deepen your presence, you'll find that compassion for yourself and others flows naturally. Compassion is the hallmark of spiritual growth because it dissolves judgment and separation, allowing you to see the divine in everyone and everything. But true compassion begins with yourself. Can you forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made, the times you've fallen short, and the moments you've doubted your path? Self-compassion is not indulgence. It's liberation. It frees you from the cycle of guilt and self-criticism, allowing you to rise into your fullest potential. Finally, let's revisit the emergence of your soul's purpose. As you approach the highest stage of growth, your purpose becomes less about doing and more about being. It's not about achieving a specific goal or role. It's about embodying your essence and sharing it authentically with the world. Your purpose might express itself through creativity, service, leadership, or simply through the energy you bring to every interaction. The key is to align your actions with your true self, letting your purpose flow naturally rather than forcing it. To align with your purpose, ask yourself, what lights me up? What makes me feel alive, expansive, and connected? These are clues to your soul's calling. But remember, purpose is not static. It evolves as you do. The more you grow, the more your purpose will expand, revealing new dimensions of who you are meant to be. As we close this chapter, you've begun to see how the signs of spiritual growth are not just markers but catalysts, tools to help you ascend to the highest stage. In the next part, we'll explore how to sustain this growth, navigating the inevitable challenges while continuing to expand into your limitless potential. Let's take this journey even deeper. At this stage of your spiritual journey, you are standing on the edge of something profound, a breakthrough into the highest level of spiritual growth. You've recognized the signs, harnessed their power, and begun integrating the shifts into your life. But now comes the most delicate and transformative phase, sustaining your momentum while navigating the challenges and breakthroughs that arise as you prepare to fully embody your higher self. This phase is where many chosen ones stumble, but with the right understanding and tools, you can step confidently into the highest stage of spiritual awakening. Let's begin by addressing the paradox of spiritual growth. The closer you get to the pinnacle, the more resistance you may encounter. This resistance doesn't mean you're off track. It's a natural part of the process. Think of it as the universe testing your readiness to hold the frequency of your highest vibration. Resistance can show up in many forms: lingering doubts, unexpected challenges, or even a resurgence of old patterns. You've heard of the old exorcism. These moments are not setbacks. They are opportunities to solidify your transformation. When resistance arises, the first step is to recognize it for what it is, a signal that you're expanding beyond your comfort zone. Instead of fighting the resistance or judging yourself for experiencing it, approach it with curiosity. Ask yourself, what is this resistance teaching me? What part of me still needs healing, acceptance, or growth? By shifting your perspective, you transform resistance from an obstacle into a teacher. One of the most effective ways to navigate resistance is through radical acceptance. Radical acceptance means fully embracing what is, without trying to change or resist it. This doesn't mean you condone everything that happens. It means you acknowledge reality as it is, freeing yourself from the energy drain of denial or struggle. For example, if you're facing a challenging situation, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift to, "What is this moment asking of me?" This simple yet profound shift in perspective elevates your vibration and aligns you with the flow of the universe. As you move through resistance, you'll begin to notice an interesting phenomenon. Synchronicities become even more frequent and precise. These synchronicities are not random. They are breadcrumbs from the universe, guiding you toward your highest path. Pay attention to recurring numbers, symbols, or messages that seem to appear out of nowhere. They are reminders that you are aligned with a higher plan, even when the journey feels uncertain. And let me ask you this: how often do you trust these synchronicities? Do you dismiss them as coincidences, or do you honor them as divine guidance? Trusting synchronicities requires faith, not just in the universe, but in yourself. When you follow the signs without overthinking or doubting, you strengthen your connection to your intuition and accelerate your spiritual growth. Now, let's delve deeper into the concept of self-mastery. At this stage, self-mastery becomes your primary focus. Self-mastery is the art of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your higher self, regardless of external circumstances. It's about maintaining your inner equilibrium even when the world around you feels chaotic. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or striving for perfection. It means responding to life from a place of awareness and intention. To cultivate self-mastery, start with your inner dialogue. Your thoughts are the seeds of your reality, and at this stage, even subtle patterns of self-doubt or fear can create energetic disruptions. Pay close attention to the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not ready," or "this is too hard," pause and challenge those thoughts. Replace them with affirmations that reflect your higher truth, such as, "I am capable of navigating this with grace and strength." Self-mastery also involves mastering your emotional energy. Emotions are powerful indicators of your alignment, but they can also pull you off balance if left unchecked. When you feel a low vibrational emotion like anger or fear, don't suppress it or let it control you. Instead, allow yourself to feel it fully, without judgment, and then consciously choose to release it. Imagine the emotion as a wave passing through you, clearing space for higher vibrations to flow in. Another key aspect of self-mastery is intentional action. At this stage, every action you take carries energetic weight. Ask yourself, are my actions aligned with my higher self? Do they reflect the energy I wish to embody? This might mean simplifying your life, letting go of commitments that feel draining, or taking bold steps toward your soul's purpose. Remember, alignment is not about doing more, it's about doing what truly matters. Let's address a crucial element of this phase: surrender. Surrender is often misunderstood as giving up, but in the context of spiritual growth, surrender is an act of profound trust. It means releasing your attachment to specific outcomes and allowing the universe to guide you toward what's truly aligned. Surrender doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means you take inspired action while trusting the flow of life. When you surrender, you move out of resistance and into alignment, creating space for miracles to unfold. But here's the truth: surrender can be uncomfortable. It requires letting go of control and embracing uncertainty. To surrender fully, you must cultivate faith. Not blind faith, but a deep knowing that you are supported by a higher power. Let me ask you this: what would your life look like if you trusted that everything, even the challenges, is happening for your highest good? Imagine the peace and freedom that would come from releasing the need to micromanage your journey. As you deepen your surrender, you'll notice that your connection to the divine becomes stronger and more intimate. You'll begin to experience moments of profound clarity, where the answers to your questions seem to arrive effortlessly. These moments are glimpses of the highest stage of spiritual growth, a state of flow where you are fully aligned with the universe. Finally, let's talk about expansion. At this stage, spiritual growth is no longer just about personal transformation, it's about contributing to the collective awakening. Your light is not meant to be contained, it's meant to ripple outward, inspiring and uplifting those around you. This doesn't mean you have to take on the weight of the world. It means living authentically as your highest self, knowing that your energy creates a positive impact. Expansion often involves stepping into new roles, opportunities, or expressions of your purpose. You might feel called to share your wisdom, create something meaningful, or serve others in a way that aligns with your unique gifts. But expansion also requires courage, the courage to leave behind what's familiar and embrace the unknown. Let me ask you this: are you ready to expand into the fullness of who you are, even if it means stepping outside your comfort zone? As we conclude this chapter, you've begun to understand that the highest stage of spiritual growth is not a destination but a way of being. It's about living in alignment with your highest self, navigating challenges with grace, and continuously expanding into your limitless potential. In the final part, we'll explore how to fully embody this state, creating a life that reflects the light, wisdom, and power of your awakened soul. Let's move forward together. You've come so far on this journey, recognizing the signs, harnessing their power, and navigating resistance with grace. Now, it's time to step into the final phase, fully embodying your highest self and living as a radiant example of what it means to reach the pinnacle of spiritual growth. This is not just about maintaining a high vibration. It's about becoming a living embodiment of love, wisdom, and authenticity. It's about creating a life that reflects your deepest truths and contributing to the collective awakening. To embody your highest self, the first step is to fully embrace your wholeness. This means honoring every part of your journey, the light and the shadow, the successes and the struggles. Your highest self doesn't reject any part of you. It integrates everything into a unified whole. Let me ask you this. Can you look at your life as a masterpiece in progress, where even the imperfections add to its beauty? This perspective shifts you from self-criticism to self-acceptance, which is the foundation of true embodiment. Embracing your wholeness also means letting go of the need for external validation. At the highest stage of spiritual growth, your sense of worth comes from within, not from the opinions or approval of others. This doesn't mean you stop valuing connection or feedback. It means you no longer let external judgments define your identity. When you live from your inner truth, you radiate an authenticity that inspires others to do the same. But here's the deeper truth. Authenticity requires vulnerability. To live as your highest self, you must be willing to show up fully, even when it feels uncomfortable or risky. This means expressing your feelings, sharing your gifts, and being unapologetically yourself. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a superpower. It creates genuine connections, fosters trust, and allows your light to shine without filters or masks. As you embody your highest self, your relationship with time and space transforms. You begin to live in a state of flow, where synchronicities guide your path, and everything unfolds with effortless ease. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect or free of challenges. It means you navigate it with a sense of trust and alignment. When obstacles arise, you see them not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones, each one helping you expand further into your potential. To sustain this state of flow, prioritize presence. Presence is the gateway to your highest self because it anchors you in the now, where your true power resides. Whenever you find yourself caught up in the past or worrying about the future, gently bring your focus back to the present moment. Use your breath, your senses, or a simple mantra like, "I am here now." This practice keeps you grounded in your essence, allowing you to respond to life from a place of clarity and intention. Let's delve deeper into the concept of contribution. At the highest stage of spiritual growth, your life becomes a vehicle for service, not out of obligation, but out of a natural overflow of your light. You realize that your unique gifts, experiences, and energy are not just for you. They are meant to uplift and inspire others. Contribution doesn't have to be grand or dramatic. It can be as simple as a kind word, a genuine smile, or a creative expression that touches someone's heart. But let me ask you this: what is your soul calling you to share with the world? This is not about comparing yourself to others or trying to fit into a specific role. It's about tuning into what feels authentic and fulfilling for you. Your contribution might be teaching, healing, creating, leading, or simply embodying love in your unique light. Whatever it is, trust that it has value and that the world needs your unique light. As you step into this role of contribution, you'll notice that your relationships begin to transform. At the highest stage of spiritual growth, connections deepen and interactions become more authentic. You attract people who resonate with your vibration, those who uplift, inspire, and support your journey. At the same time, you may find that certain relationships naturally fade away. This is not a loss, but an alignment. Trust that as you embody your highest self, the right people will be drawn to you and the wrong ones will fall away. One of the most profound shifts at this stage is your ability to hold space for others without losing yourself. You become a mirror for their growth, reflecting their potential without taking on their energy or challenges. This doesn't mean you solve their problems or carry their burdens. It means you offer presence, compassion, and encouragement while honoring your own boundaries. Holding space is a gift, both for others and for yourself, as it reinforces your alignment with your higher self. Let's address one of the most significant aspects of embodiment: joy. Joy is not just an emotion. It's a state of being, a natural byproduct of living in alignment with your soul. At the highest stage of spiritual growth, joy becomes your default frequency. This doesn't mean you're happy all the time. It means you cultivate a deep, unshakable sense of gratitude, wonder, and contentment, even in the midst of challenges. Joy is your compass, guiding you toward what lights you up and aligns with your purpose. To cultivate joy, prioritize activities that nourish your spirit. This might include spending time in nature, creating art, connecting with loved ones, or simply resting in stillness. Let go of the idea that joy must be earned or justified. Joy is your birthright, and when you embrace it fully, you elevate not only your own vibration, but also the collective energy of the world. But here's the ultimate truth about embodying your highest self. It's not about reaching a final destination. Spiritual growth is a lifelong journey, a continuous process of expansion and refinement. Even as you step into the highest stage, you'll find that there are always new levels to explore, new lessons to learn, and new dimensions of yourself to discover. This is the beauty of the journey. It's infinite, ever-evolving, and endlessly rewarding. let me leave you with a powerful question. What legacy do you want to create with your vibration? Your energy is your most valuable asset, and how you choose to use it shapes not only your life but also the lives of those around you. When you embody your highest self, you become a beacon of light, a source of inspiration, and a catalyst for transformation. This is your gift to the world. Chosen ones, you are standing at the threshold of something extraordinary. You have the wisdom, the tools, and the power to fully embody your highest self and live as a radiant example of spiritual mastery. Trust the journey, honor your growth, and shine unapologetically. The world is waiting for your light. Step into it fully and fearlessly, knowing that you are supported by the universe and guided by your soul. This is your time. This is your truth. This is your moment to rise.